me go ahead and hit record here. Let me go ahead and hit Facebook Live, and let's get you going. Okay. All right, perfect. So we are officially live on Facebook. So if you guys love Ron's story, you can absolutely go to my Facebook page and just hit share. This is a very inspirational story. This is my friend Christy's husband. And Christy had a little bit of a sore throat tonight, so she put her husband in her place to share his story. And I'm so glad that he agreed to do that because it's a very inspirational one. So we're going to start with his transformational story. And then as soon as he's done, we'll hop off the live and take it right to our Sunday night team call. So welcome, Ron. Welcome to our first live interview. I'm so happy to have you. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. Perfect. No, perfect. So tell me a little bit about how you got introduced to our program.
We kind of, a friend of my wife's had posted a lot about it. And it was one of the things where I think we looked at it like a year earlier, and it was, we were in a rut. My wife had just lost our son, and like talk about like an emotional roller coaster where you go through the stages of grief, anger. I went from exercise and working out, just burning off anger, to not wanting to do anything, just sitting on the couch eating, and that picked up a ton of weight. I felt like crap, and it come down to the point where I think we had discussed it with Heather maybe a year prior, that hey, we were interested, but it was just too expensive. Like the money aspect was turning us off, and then it just finally come to that point where like I have to do something. Like I can't continue to go down the road that I'm on. And we finally reached out, and it was like, we're just going to do it. We're just going to try it, and whatever. It's only 30 days. It's $300. It's like we got to do it. We got to do something.
Yeah. So, I think for most people, I think money is just one of those objections that they have when they're not emotionally ready to make a change. Because to be honest with you, $10 a day, my gosh, we're so worth it. Most people spend more than that on, Dunkin' Donuts getting
I'd say that's one meal at Chick-fil-A. You get the supersize with the iced tea. You don't even. When you first look at it, you're like, $300. That's awful high. But then you're like, well, it's 30 days. Like you don't do that math right away. And then once you actually look at it, it's like, well, that's not like, that's actually cheaper. I'm actually saving money.
Yeah, and you're doing something incredible for yourself. And I think that, I often say that you cannot say the right thing to the wrong person as you cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. And Heather had amazing results, your coach. And so she was very adamant about sharing this with you. And then when the timing was right, you and your wife finally said, all right, let's just do this. Right. So tell me a little bit about how you felt before the program in terms of health-wise.
I was a slug, actually. I ate garbage, didn't want to get off the couch, watch TV, and it sucked having 3 little kids. I was looking at coming up on 40 years old, and I just got to that point where it's like I can't live like this anymore. I don't sleep well, I don't wake up well, and that was for the first time in my career in almost 18 years. I was actually working Monday through Friday day work, which is a rarity for me. And it's like, how can I feel this bad when I'm sleeping normal hours? I'm not working shift work. I'm not working the overnight anymore. And it just got to that point where I had to do something. I couldn't take it anymore. Nothing fit. When you wear a uniform and the uniform doesn't fit, it's kind of embarrassing to go to the quartermaster and ask for new pants and new belt.
What was your job, Ron? What did you do?
I'm in law enforcement.
Wonderful. Thank you for your service, by the way. So I just want to show everyone a picture of you because I was so impressed with this photo and so blown away, and I couldn't believe this. So these are your results. So talk to me. I'm pulling up a picture right now of you for everyone to see. So talk to me a little bit about what your final results were. How much did you lose? What were some of the differences that you felt?
But the photo all the way to the left is day one. That was at the point where I felt like a slug. The middle picture is day 30. That's 30 pounds lighter. Um,
Wow.
I felt 100 times better. I slept better. I woke up better. It's amazing what sleep, getting quality sleep does. Once you get all the garbage out of your system, all the sugar and all the other stuff, like life just kind of opens up for you. And then the end picture is last week.
Wow.
So, and in the picture from the middle to the end, I left my day work position, went back to midnights. So that's the same amount of stress of, even more working midnights, 3 kids, going to school or taking classes online, and I maintained. So I couldn't. I still have a Chick-fil-A addiction. So
So that's pretty amazing, my friend. You had amazing results. You lost 30 pounds, and then you started sharing the program. How or why did you start sharing this? Because you work in law enforcement, obviously. You have a great job. You have an income. What inspired you to start sharing this with people?
initially, it was to just cover the cost of our own products. I mean, that's pretty much what we were looking to do. It was one of the things where it's like, you had this tool that works so well for you, and there's also a means to get it for free, or even put more money in your pocket. So, that was, from a financial point, that was why we shared on that. But for the product itself, um, just the way it made us feel, you kind of just didn't drag through the day anymore. You see friends and you see family that are in that same boat where, they're fighting the same battles that I fought. So it's kind of like, hey, this isn't the cure all, but this is a fix. This will get you back on track, to living a better life than just dragging every day.
Yeah, absolutely. So how much have you and your wife earned since you started sharing and utilizing the products?
We're right about $1,800.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And where do you see yourself going next with this?
I'm hoping to. My college is all done, so I'm hoping to. Up until this point, I've been kind of just pushing her along, and not really joining in, not really kind of doing my part, kind of like giving it off to her. But now, like, my school's done, and I had this big void of time that I used to have a lot of focus on, reading books, writing papers and stuff. And I had this big void that I don't know how to fill. So I'm hoping that this is that fill. And then I'm hoping to retire in about 5 years. So I'd like to see this move on to. Now I'll only be about 44 years old. So I'm hoping that this is my second career.
I love it. And you know what? It's a wonderful thing that you're doing for people. And if you are in law enforcement, it means that you do have a heart of service and you like helping people. And I love how naturally you and your wife just started sharing, because when you have results like this in such a short time, there is no way that people are not asking you what you're doing.
Right.
Because the results are so unbelievable, not just your before and after, but your energy levels, the way you're feeling. They put you back on night shift and you're like, I still feel great.
Right. Yeah, my sleep pattern is all messed up, because when I'm working, I'm sleeping during the daytime hours, and when I'm off, I'm sleeping at night. And it doesn't affect me like it had in the past. In the past, it was, that last day on, I would try to stay up all day, and then I drug, and then my first day back in, I'd stay up all day because I had the kids or something, and it just, I don't have that anymore. It's when I sleep, it's quality sleep.
Yes. What I love about this is that this is a lifestyle system, and it's not about deprivation. It's about simple, healthy modifications. we have a lot of gentlemen and women who work in law enforcement and, you know, servicemen and women. And for most, it's just a matter of simplicity and convenience and just,
Yes.
you know, adding health to your life. And, you know, your results have not only transformed your life, your wife has great results, but now the way that you have been paying it forward to other servicemen and women, to other people in law enforcement who can desperately use this. You know, a lot of people do this as what we call a side hustle. Some do it just to get their products paid for, but other people find so much joy in helping others, and you receive so much gratitude from the people that you've helped that you can't help but to, you know, share your transformational story. And I have to say, huge thank you, because you've never spoken publicly before. You've never publicly shared your story like this. And it takes a lot of courage and guts to do that. And I know that other people are going to be watching your story and looking at you and saying, if Ron can do this, I sure as heck can do this. And so
I've actually been somebody that, like, to say comfortable in my own skin doesn't really apply to me. Like I've never been the one that wants to go to public pools or take my shirt off in public. I just never felt, I would have never, 2 years ago, I would have never posted a picture of me online without a shirt on. You know, so now it's at that point where I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable with myself. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You look like a new man. You shaved for us and everything.
I had a beard because Christy had just had the baby, so I had a month off. And when I'm not working, I don't shave. I don't cut my hair. I don't look like the police when I'm off.
You look terrific either way, and I want to thank you so much. Do you have any last words before I let you go?
Not that I can think of. I mean, I can't believe the results. And I can't say that I was a stickler for following the rules of or you know, following the program 100%. Working, you know, being on the road, it's difficult to it's difficult to eat healthy when you work on the road, especially you're trying to make shakes and stuff. And it's just amazing that I found a way to pack, you know, little baggies of the product and snacks. And I've run to my mom's house at lunch and use her blender, and it just, you know, you can make it work. You really
cheated.
can make it work.
You cheated. You went to Chick-fil-A and you still had the results as well.
I did. I probably eat at Chick-fil-A twice a week, and that's on the low side. So yeah, and it's not like, oh, well, all I ate was the salads. No, I'm a number one large size with a large sweet tea. I mean, that's my go-to.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us tonight. I think you did a phenomenal job, and I know that other people watching your story tonight will absolutely be inspired. I think there's way too many parents that are making excuses for why they couldn't, why they shouldn't. I mean, you experienced the loss of a child. You have an incredibly strenuous job, and the fact that you still put yourself, you know, I won't say first because parents never go first, but the fact that you did something magnificent for yourself. I mean, it doesn't just affect you. It trickles down to your entire family. So I really want to thank you for sharing your story. And if you guys are on this call, if you're watching, I hope that you will go to my page and support Ron and Christy and hit the share button and help them get their story out to the world, because I think it's a pretty important one. Anyone can do this, you know, and money and time, and, you know, it's just an excuse. We know that. We see how the program works. So I think you did unbelievably well, Ron. Thank you so much. I can't wait to give you a big hug at NYKO. I hear you guys are coming.
Yeah, that's another thing. You know, we decided to pull the trigger and head to Arizona. So that's kind of, you know, we got to that point where we're like, hey, if we're going to do this, we're going to do this for real. We're not just going to, you know, slide along the surface. We're going to jump in with both feet.
Listen, how much time did you need to train before becoming a good cop?
A good cop? The academy's 6 months long, but you're on the road a couple years before you're actually like probably 2 or 3 years. And
Yeah.
I was in a busy area, so yeah, a couple years, and that was, gosh, that was rotating shifts, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Six
you don't get there
months.
overnight.
6 months you needed training even prior to getting that position, and then while you were on that position you still needed that life experience. I see so many good people quit on network marketing because they expect to make $1 million their first year. Here's the thing, and I share with you, totally like off topic, just from the bottom of my heart. If you give it all you have, you will double what you made your first year. If you continue to do the work and listen to the calls and get to the events and just keep plugging away. The hardest thing about this profession is really mindset, because when someone says no, you take it so personally. When you make an arrest, you don't take it personally. But here, you're trying to change someone's life. And when they don't see it, when they don't get it, when your sister returns it, when your mom tells you that you're a part of a pyramid scheme, you take some of these things so personally that the biggest challenge for me to show people is just stay in the game, just stay around long enough to get good, to become experienced. The compensation plan is the same for everyone. If Ed Golden can make $1 million, anybody can do it. I'm just saying. The products, they work for everyone. We know that. It's just work on your mindset, work on the development, work on getting comfortable with being uncomfortable until those no's bounce off of you like you don't even, like you're wearing a bulletproof vest, and I promise that you and your wife are going to do so good in this business. Just stick with it.
That was the biggest thing a couple years ago that finally, part of just hitting that wall in life was, we try to live inside of our comfort zone, and you don't accomplish anything living inside your comfort zone. Like, you have to step out and you have to be uncomfortable in life. And that's where you learn the most. I was a guy that in high school, I took, my senior year, I took a gym and weight training, and then got out of school half a day to go sit at the fire station. So I did everything I could to avoid school. So at 37 years old, to decide to go back to college, 10 years ago, if you'd have told me I was graduating with my bachelor's, I'd have laughed at you. But, it's like I just hit that point where it's like I just got to challenge myself every day, find something new that I would never do in a million years, and I'm going to accomplish it. So
100%. And in this profession, it's about impacting people's lives, and the level of success directly correlates with how many people you have helped. That's it. You see the people at the top, the millionaires, the ones that are making 6 and 7 figures, they've just helped a little bit more than you and I have. That's the only thing that differentiates them from us. And that's what I want everyone to walk away with. You already have it inside of you. You just have to continue to do the do each and every day. And there's going to be heartbreak. There really is. You're going to have great people who quit, leave the team. I mean, there's so many ups and downs here, but it really is managing your emotions and continuously just doing the do. I'm trying to hold Christy accountable. How many conversations are you having today? How many no's are we going for? What book are you listening to? What podcast are you listening to? You put 6 months in the academy. We've got to put at least 2 months into this and a ton of conversations. And that's all it is. Don't beat yourself up. Guys, I got about 60 no's last week. 60. And I walked away stoked because I did the do, because I shared the story. And it's not always about the yeses. It's about your action. It's about your daily activity. That's what counts here. How many times are you sharing the isogenic story with people? And how many times are the people on your team sharing that isogenic story? That's the most important thing here. You can play around on Facebook. You can, do all sorts of things, but are they income producing, life changing activities? when you help somebody lose the weight, when you help somebody drink their first shake and get through that hurdle, that's a victory. That's the type of stuff that will build you a very secure future.
I just kind of look at like life in general as you can look at positives and negatives, successes and failures. But if you look at failures and you let them wear on you, it doesn't get you anywhere. But if you look at failures as just a way that it didn't work, it just didn't work that way. It's not a failure. I learned that it didn't work that way. So now I'm going to try something. I'm going to go at it a little bit different way, and I'm going to make that. It's not going to be a failure. They're just learning experiences.
100%. And the beauty of this is that this is your business. Every time that brown box comes, you and your wife have this business, but you're not in this business by yourself. And so there will never be a question, a tough situation, an unbearable client that you will have to face alone, because you know that with the community, with the support, we've got your back. We want you to win. That's the beautiful thing about network marketing, is that you cannot win this by yourself. So be open to the coaching, be open to the 3-way phone calls, be open to saying, you know what, I am great at pulling together an event, but I suck at making consultants. Help me out because you're good at it, and it's true. Listen, 5 years in, I get Ed on every single one of my 5-day phone calls because he's magnificent at creating consultants, whereas I'm better at enrolling. Like, the beautiful thing here, you don't have to be an expert at everything. That's what I love, because somebody will step up and step in and help you.
And the hardest part right now is just getting started. I found like going through school, I could write a 30-page paper. It's amazing that I can write that much. But the hardest part of that paper isn't the middle. It isn't the body. It isn't. It's that first sentence. And that's kind of like where we're at. Like we got to write our first sentence, and then from there we're going to pick up. But it's just that starting point for us right now.
Can I give you the best piece of advice?
Sure.
Hold your nose and jump. Just do it, Ron. Don't wait to figure it out. I have way too many people that don't have a sense of urgency. In the beginning when I started, they used to tell me that I was ignorance on fire because I didn't know what I was doing, but damn hell I was doing. But that's how you get better. That's how you get better. Nobody gets to the top by a smooth, easy road. You get to the top by getting scrapes and bumps and bruises. How do you become a good cop? By making all the worst mistakes in the book. How do you become a great
rookie? Yeah.
Yeah, and same thing with being a great parent. How do you become I'm a much better parent to the second one than I was with the first. I was, it's experience, it's life, it's getting better. Embrace the suck.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So I love this. I could have gone on with you for an hour, but we have to get back to our systems. Thank you so much. You did an unbelievable job. And if Christy can send me your address, inbox me your address, I want to send you guys my favorite book. I think it'll be super helpful.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Ed Golden, you're on deck. Put the camera down. Stop playing Candy Crush. I'm watching you. I tell Ron not to mention Isogenics, and there he is wearing an Isogenic sweatshirt. With the incognito, my friends.
It's okay. I wasn't on the screen, but Ron, great job, man. That was.
He's fantastic.
That was awesome. Yeah, I'm kind of speechless. That was just wonderful. Great job, man.
Yeah, I agree with you. New people always excite me, That was awesome. Okay, so let's get into it. We're going to go over system number 6. So when you guys start learning, it's really important to go through the 6 simple systems, and the website is right here, hbteam.co. This was created by our upline, She's in the top 10 seven-figure income earners in isogenics. She was a guidance counselor who kind of put this system together to put everything all in one place, to make it simple, easy, and duplicatable. So not only do we need to learn these 6 simple systems, but we want to teach it down to our team, right? That's what creates duplication. It's not enough that we know it, we want our people to know it. And so every Sunday at 9:30, we go over each of these systems. So tonight is coaching a new cleanser. So step 1, before you start coaching a new cleanser, it's really important that you watch the video. Here's an audio. And we have some shake days, and we have cleanse days, and here's also a cleanse day tracker. So I'll start with step 1. So the minute I sign someone up and I get off the phone with them, I say, do not open that box until you get me on the phone. Okay, and once they get their box and they call me up and they say, Ange, I'm ready to start on Monday, most likely Sunday, I'll be having this call with them. And I go over the contents of the box. So if they order the value pack, I would say, okay, do you have your 4 shakes? Perfect. Do you have your cleanse? Perfect. Flush, accelerator. I just go over to make sure that nothing is missing. And I also have an opportunity to discuss with them that they have 2 free enrollment coupons for $25 with the value pack. So it's a great time for me to say, listen, you're going to have great results with this program. Start thinking of who you know, because they're going to get $25 off, but also you're going to get $450 back for signing up 2 friends. It's a great way to introduce the referral system. Then, before I get on a call with them, I tag them on this video in our New Life, New Me Facebook group. And it is called the Shake Day video, okay? And what I want them to do is watch the Shake Day video. Here it is. I literally go over what a Shake Day should look like. Some people are audio learners, some people are visual learners, some people need to write it down. So I want them to watch that Shake Day video, okay? And then we go over a couple things. We talk about the 30-day program, what Shake Days should look like. I have them print out the 30-day cheat sheet, which is basically the instructions, right? We also have it in our Facebook group. We have the Shake Days. What a Shake Day should look like, and I can bump it up. But I have them print it out. The Shake Day cheat sheet is right here, or a Shake Day schedule. I want them to have this in their phone and on hand so they know what they're doing. This is really important. And then I go over with them what a Shake Day should look like. I go over what food and snacks they can have on the program. They should have also printed this out from their email, their food list and their snack list. And then I want to make sure that they have downloaded ISA Life app. ISA Life app is a calorie counting app that helps them keep track of everything that they are eating. It counts their calories. They get to look up the food. And I also want to talk about the importance of water. So basically, a Shake Day is every morning you wake up, you have 1 ounce of Ionic Supreme, you wait approximately 30 minutes, and then you have your shake and your accelerator. You should be eating every 2.5 to 3 hours because that's what keeps your metabolism running. So if your shake is at around 8 a.m., have your snack at around 10:30. I go over snack suggestions. We have a bunch of them in the files of our Facebook group. Then I explain that they can either have a shake for lunch or a balanced meal. And if they're going to have a meal for lunch, then they would have their shake for dinner. After lunch, they're going to have another 100-calorie snack. Then 2.5 to 3 hours later, their meal. And then before bed, they're going to take 2 ISA Flush. I also talk about the importance of water. 128 ounces of water. If you have trouble drinking the water, please get the hydrate. It has the effects of Gatorade, tastes like Crystal Light, it's delicious, and it helps you get your water down. You can also flavor the water with lemon, lime, ginger, cucumber, mint leaves, as long as you get the water down. Then I also explain that the snacks are not optional, right? Don't skip snacks. You want your metabolism burning and working. And so we go over some snack suggestions. We talk about what a healthy meal should look like. So your healthy meal should be chicken, fish, turkey, shrimp, protein, any kind of lean meat. As far as carbs, you can have any kind of carb as long as it's not white, wheat, or processed. So buckwheat, quinoa, brown rice, pasta, just give them some suggestions. We talk about fruits. Stick with green apples, green pears, berries, things that are low in sugar. And as far as vegetables, you want to have any kind of vegetable, but try not to have anything that's processed. Corn, peas, carrots, we stay away from because they're high in sugar. I recommend that if they're going to do coffee, buy the Isogenics coffee because it's low in acidity, and try not to drink alcohol. I mean, if you're going to have a glass of wine, is it going to break the whole program? No, but certainly the stricter you are, the better the results you'll have. So Ed, do you want to talk a little bit about the cleanse days? What days do we cleanse?
Yeah, absolutely. So cleanse days are I always do 6, 7. This is important when you're going through this is your box walkthrough that we call, where you go to speak to them the night before they start. And we do this the first 5 days, right? That's all we go over because we want to do that day 5 call with our coach. When we get on the phone call with them on day 5 to go over their cleanse days, we make sure they have the schedule, right? Just as Angela showed you Shake Day schedule, there's also a cleanse day schedule. It's also in the IsoLife app. Right? Make sure you guys get them in the IsoLife app. It's 16 ounces of the juice. You're going to split it up 4 times throughout the day. And I try and tell people, split it up as evenly as possible, right? Because a lot of people, their biggest issue is, oh my God, when do I do this? Let them do it on their schedule, right? Split it up evenly. Enjoy up to 10 of the isogenic snacks. Enjoy up to 6 of the IsoDelights. I always recommend have 2 at a time. Do a bag of whey thins. If you want an e-shot, great. If you want your peppermint tea or your herbal tea, great. Drink lots of water. I also recommend when I enroll them, I say start thinking when you want to start the program. So your cleanse days fall on days 6, 7, and 13, 14. This way you don't have an event or you don't want to go to a wedding or a birthday party on a cleanse day, right? We don't want to be that person. So make sure they're planning when they start so their cleanse days fall on those days. Some people like to do it on the weekends. Some people like to do it on the weekdays. I always recommend when you're going to be the busiest, right? And get them excited. Because remember, they're nervous, right? Get them excited. Let them know you're probably going to have more energy than you did on shake days, right? You're functioning off metabolism. Don't make sure, they let them know they're not spending the next 48 hours on a toilet, right? This isn't a colon cleanse. These are some of the things that people ask you, and just let them know. Just follow the schedule, take a picture of your phone, keep it in your pocket, use the IsoLife app, and just every 2-3 hours, you should be doing something. Juice, snacking, ionics, accelerator, whatever it is.
Awesome. So 4 ounces of Cleanse for Life 4 times a day. You're having 6 to 10 of the round circular wafers. Those are not to be skipped. They keep your blood sugar stabilized. They keep you from being hungry, and they keep your body in a mild state of ketosis. You can have 4 IsoDelights. They're optional, but they're fantastic. We have a team saying, friends, don't let friends cleanse without them. I mean, obviously, you can have chocolate. Why not have it? You can also have Hydrate and e-shots on cleanse days. And now we're permitted to have a bag of the whey thins, the potato chips. So everyone who I order for has these necessities in their box. And we cleanse, like Ed said, on days 6 and 7 and 13 and 14. So the cleanse days, we don't explain on day 1 because it's too overwhelming. So on day 5, I would say, okay, let's talk on Friday because you're cleansing on Saturday and Sunday. And on that day, I always bring on another coach, just to add a little reassurance, just to be another source of support. I think the biggest thing is, so here's all the info, guys, before I shut it, coaching a new cleanser. So I know that we are all amazing coaches. I know that we all know what we're doing. I mean, how hard is it to drink a shake? But the reason why I bring on a friend, another person on the team on that day 5 phone call is because, for example, maybe Ed will resonate with someone like Ron the way I couldn't. You're a great coach, but introducing them to someone on the team, letting them feel like they're a part of the community, making friends with them. Like I had Ed on the phone with Brian, with Valerie, with Beatrice, with Deb. I mean, everyone. Not because I'm incompetent. It doesn't say anything negative about you, because they deserve it. They deserve to have more friends. They deserve to have more support, and you deserve to have a little help. It builds community and camaraderie around the person. So really important, when you're walking someone through a cleanse day, just reach out to me and Ed and say, hey, I'm walking someone through their first cleanse day. You mind jumping on a call with me and just sharing your story? That's it. Guys, we don't push business. We show people how to get their products paid for. And if they want it, cool. And if they don't, you know what? We're still going to love the shit out of you and help you get results. You know, it's as simple as that. So coaching a new cleanser. So that's it. I mean, pretty simple. We've got our food list. We've got our snack list. We want to walk them through their back office, show them how to get in, log into their account, recommend a few other sticky products. If they love coffee, certainly tell them about the coffee. If they need more energy or have a hard time drinking water, you know, recommend products. It's your store. We have a responsibility to really, you know, if someone came into my bookstore and said they were looking for a mystery, it would be my job to recommend a few of the books, right? That's why for me as a coach, it's important to experience all the products so that I can honestly recommend it to my friends, you know, and just from experience. I'm not going to recommend anything that I don't love or haven't tried before. So it's important. It's your business, guys. And this is going to go as fast or as slow as you want it. You know, it's up to you. Some months I'm coaching 15 people. Other months I'm coaching 2. You know, it really depends how much time, effort, and energy you put into this. But everyone deserves to be coached the right way, right? Because we want everyone to walk away and say they had a great experience. Now, I had someone ask me, what happens after the 30 days, right? Do you guys ever get asked that question? What do we do after the 30-day system? So here's my answer. I have 3 different types of people. Number 1, I have someone who comes on for the 30 days who just needs a quick kick in the butt. You're so funny. Who just needs a reset, right? And they might come in for a 30-day and they're like, I banged out 15 pounds. I'm back to the gym. I'm back to eating clean. I'm good. And that's cool. I would say, all right, well, if you were happy, send me some referrals. I have other people, teachers, cops, but, you know, just busy people, nurses who say, I miss my 2 meals a day, but I love my shake in the morning. And so I'm going to incorporate the lifestyle pack, which is basically 2 shakes, 2 cleanse, and then I would recommend that they get some snacks, maybe bars, maybe chips, so those people can have 1 shake a day, right? If they've reached their weight loss goal, they can have 1 shake a day and continue to use the products. And then we have other people who love the program, who are doing amazing, who have incredible results, and they might even transition to the performance line, right? Isagenix always has a next step. We have a maintenance pack and we have a performance pack. So it's where you want to take your body, right? We have a solution for everyone. The one thing that I would say is, if you are looking to be compensated, if you are looking to be paid, you must maintain 100 points on auto ship every 30 days. That is how you continue to accrue the volume for everyone who comes in after you, whether you sign them up or not. So for example, for Christy and Ron, anyone who Heather puts on after them would attribute to their volume as long as they stay active. Same with Lori. Anyone that Ashley enrolls would go to your team leg and you keep that volume if you are active. If you don't have that auto ship going out, they don't count your points. And so my husband, he's been having like $2,000 months just because we keep him active. And he has 2 girls reordering. He's in the team. He has 1,000 people underneath him because I've kept him active for so long. And it's wonderful. You know, it really is. My mom has like 400,000 in volume. You know, you have to think about that. It might not be for her now, but one day it very well may be. So find the products that you love and stick with 100 points every month. It's $150 to have this business in a box, right? And even if you sign up just 2 people, you've made your money back. You've gotten your products paid for, and you get to continue to have this $1 million business just for keeping your auto ship on. So that's important to discuss. It's important to discuss with our teams because often I see people with 98 BV and I'm like, oh, she's been ordering for 2 years, 98. She just lost all that volume, which converts to money, which will convert to cash. So keep that in mind. Have that open discussion with people. Let them know the benefits of staying active. Everyone I talk to, I let them know. If you have any intention of sharing this, stay active. And you know what? It might not be like Ron was saying, you know what? I needed to finish school first. I had a lot on my plate, but now I'm ready. But thank God they kept their auto ship up all that time. Because when you do decide to give it 100%, and when you do decide that you're ready, you have all that volume stacked up. It makes a tremendous difference, guys. So does anyone have any questions? I'm going to hit